Alrighty, well, we're back, and figured we'd do it underneath the car setup. Of course, this is the Hypertune 100 millimeter intercooler that's on the car, as well as the Motive Video cold air ducting headlight setup. This is the EP Racing body kit that's on the car. Kind of old school, but then again, it is a 1989 car. So, you know, probably not the best for aerodynamics and so on and so forth. But that's okay. It should do. I kind of like the way it looks. Underneath, again, we've got a lot of Ross products here with their dry sump system. You can tell by all the nice pretty lines. We're running a 180 amp alternator because of all of the electric things that we're running in the car. So yeah, again, the MCS, also the Race Fab. This is the wide body kit. So this is a 30 millimeter wider arms to bring it out to be able to fill in the body kit. And so we're not running any spacers on the car, trying to get the best scrub setup that we can. We've got the Bosch Motorsports wheel sensors with the adapters. And these are billet hubs from Kiwi CNC, which allowed me to flip the hub. So this is actually, the hubs are flipped left to right so that the brake calipers are in the back of the hub, not in the front, which should be better for cooling, that I can actually duct some air in there if I need to, if I really do any track events. We actually went with a S13 KFAB rack on the car. We changed that up. We used to have a 300ZX rack, but it wasn't equal left to right, so I got rid of that. We've got all of our power steering lines going to our Chrysler power steering pump, which I already mentioned. And again, this beautiful billet dry sump combination front diff pan from Kiwi CNC. But basically our bulkhead fittings coming up through, which is dry sump, power steering, and so on and so forth, coming in there. We have the drive shaft shop front axles, which are also 30 millimeters extended custom axles to be able to work with the Race Fab setup. And if you can see up in the upper part of the fender, that little guy up there is a 16-channel infrared temperature sensor that we have over the center of each of the four wheels, and that will give us live data on screen of the tire temperatures, which we're hoping will make our tire setup alignment much quicker. 3.5 inch flat exhaust coming in, again, all coated with Jet Hot. This is the OS 88 6-speed sequential box, and we are running a twin carbon plate clutch. So custom steering wheel rack, which I know everybody's upset that I've made it a left-hand drive, but that's the way it works. So work to the back. I mean, pretty much 3.5 to 3 inch stainless, and then out the side of the car. We are trying to build another back half for this to have a muffler, because I'm a little concerned that some of the muffled events, we might be a little too loud. So we also have the drive shaft shop aluminum drive shaft, one-piece drive shaft with my drive shaft loop, all of our sensors for the transfer case as well. Again, we have the subframe from Race Fab, and we're running the GK Tech lower arm and hub. The advantage of this is the V1 GK Tech hub, which is allowing me to run dual caliper. So I have a caliper in the rear, which is my hydraulic e-brake, and another caliper in the front, which is the main one. And again, we have the drive shaft shop axles. These are normal length, although we may end up going with a wide body setup on the back, because right now we're running a pretty good spacer on the back to get the track of the car wider in the back than the front. So that may be next winter. You can also see that we put in the Bosch Motorsport anti-lock braking sensors, and we had to relocate and put on new rings for that in the back, because the rings that were on the inside are too close and vibrate too much. So we had to redo all that as well. So We have actually redone we've flipped the way that the GK Tech upper arm is to get a little bit more camber on the car. And again, you can see up here, you can see the infrared sensor for the rear tire. These are all the these are all the overflow lines that are going up into that overflow tank. And you can see up and in here, these are the breather. One is for the fuel tank and one is for that overflow tank. So that we've got everything, actually three. Two for the overflow tank and one for the fuel tank. So, bought a radium fuel cell, which you already saw on the top. And again, the MCS struts that are in the car. I think that's about it. I don't know what else I can show you, but that's kind of the latest update. She's pretty much ready to go. We have an autocross that we're going to try to learn how to drive this thing, since I've never had to shift a paddle shift car before. And that's coming up at the end of the month. So we're going to be doing the Canaan autocross. So we'll see how that goes. So anyway, that's the latest. Thanks.